Hi, in this video, I'm going to show you how to use templates in OneNote. This is going to be a pretty comprehensive video, so I put the timestamp here and also in the description below if you want to skip around. So what is a template? In OneNote, a template is a pre-made page design that provides a structured starting point for organizing your notes, making it faster and easier to create consistent and useful content. Here are some of the templates that OneNote offers. Some are for school, like taking lecture notes. Some are for business, for creating project overview and taking meeting notes. And some are purely decorative, that just includes a little background image behind the notes. And of course, we can create our own custom templates, which I'll show you how to do later in this video. Let's pull up one of the built-in templates so that we can review their characteristics. First, you'll notice that they're pre-structured. They include predefined layouts, elements, or fields to guide the user. They're customizable in that while offering a base structure, they do allow for adjustments to suit unique requirements, and they're purpose-built. Templates are usually designed for specific types of tasks, like taking notes and tracking a project. And yes, there are purely decorative ones as well, but their purpose is to make your notes more engaging. So much of the work we do is repetitive, and having a predefined structure is really helpful. Templates save time, standardize our work, and let us focus on the content instead of the format. They also serve as a checklist to ensure we don't miss anything when we're taking notes. Now that we understand the basic features and benefits of templates, let's review how we can access some of OneNote's built-in templates. You can find OneNote's templates by going to Insert and Page Templates, and click on Page Templates again. And you'll see this templates pane show up on the right. There are 5 categories to explore. You can click on each one to expand it. So for example, if I click on academic, I showed some of these examples earlier, but if I were to click on simple lecture notes, you can see that we could name the page. We have a section for homework. We have a section for today's topics and a couple of important points that were covered during the lecture. We have several other types of lecture templates that we can explore. Blank templates, as the name suggests, doesn't have any content, but rather lets you choose different note canvas size, lines, and color. So for example, if I were to choose the letter canvas, you can see the printable areas. This is super helpful, especially if you do want to print your note, because OneNote has an infinite canvas. Sometimes you don't know where your notes are going to cut off when you print. So being able to select the different canvas size using this blank template is really helpful in defining the printable areas. Also, if you're using something like a tablet to take your notes, then being able to see something like grid lines could be helpful. That adds a little structure to your notes so that they're straight. Then we have the business templates. Here, again, I showed you an example earlier of project overview page. We have templates for simple meeting notes, different variations of them, informal meeting notes, so on and so forth. And then we have the purely decorative ones. Again, here, it's just adding images, background images to the page, make them a little more aesthetic. And then we have a section for planners. So here we can capture things like to-do list, different variations showing the priorities for to-dos, and project to-dos. Again, all of these templates are customizable. We can add elements. So I could add another checkbox here, name it whatever. I can copy this whole section and paste it as a new section. And of course, I can rename these as I need to. And we can even change the image. If I were to right mouse click on the background image and uncheck set picture as background, then I can select it and even move it around. I could even delete it. So there's a lot of flexibility. This is a good place to start. If you don't want to spend a lot of time creating a new template, you can take one of the existing templates and modify it the way you want it to look. Beyond making small changes to an existing template, we can even create our own custom template from scratch. And this, I think, is where the value is. Let me first show you some of the templates that I created as examples. So when we looked at the 5 different categories, you may have noticed that I skipped over one, right? So we have 5 categories starting with academics, blank, business, decorative, and planners. But there's actually the 6th category, which is my templates. And this is where all your custom templates are saved. So if I were to expand this, you can see that I have 3 templates that I created saved here. The first is the RICE template. And this is a project prioritization framework, if you will, that measures reach, impact, confidence, and effort that gives you the RICE score, and you can determine whether to proceed with the project or not based on the criteria rating. And then I have another one for SWOT. I think you guys all know what this is: strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And I have the definition off to the side here. So whenever I need to use the SWOT analysis, I don't have to go searching for, okay, what questions do I have to answer here? I have it as part of the template, so it's easy to do. And I can just fill them in each of the boxes. And then lastly, I have this habit tracker. This is a template to track and visualize habits. This is something that I adapted from the bullet journal and find it to be the most effective way to hold myself accountable for both habits that I want to build and goals that I want to accomplish. Every month I put a different learning goal into my habit tracker. So for example, for this month, it is learning how to do graphic design. And I want to do this so that I can create better YouTube thumbnails. And I'm learning this on Skillshare, who happens to be the sponsor of this video. For a skill like this, I want to learn it in the most effective and efficient way as possible. And Skillshare provides structured and curated classes taught by industry experts. Each class is broken out into small bite-sized videos, so it's easy to plan out how much time I want to spend each day on learning and put it on this tracker. So for example, I would fill in this box if I spend 30 minutes watching a video. So I will go to make sure that I'm in the tables tab, and then I'll just shade it in. I realize there are plenty of graphic design tutorials on YouTube, but finding the right ones can take a lot of time. Plus, most of them are standalone, so you have to figure out which video to watch first, then figure out which videos to follow, so that you're learning in logical steps, building on each learning. With Skillshare, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to vet the videos because they're high quality both in production and content, and they are already logically sequenced for you. They even have learning paths that include multiple classes if you want to really master a specific skill. So if you want to spend your time learning instead of scrolling through YouTube for the right videos, I highly recommend Skillshare. It's the largest online learning community for creatives, and it has thousands of classes led by industry experts in areas like photography, video editing, design, and even productivity. If you're interested in a free 1-month trial of Skillshare, be the first 500 people to use my link in the description below. Okay, let me actually walk you through how I would create a custom template like this habit tracker. So you'll notice at the bottom of the templates pane, there is a little link that says save current page as a template. So before you can create your template, you have to first lay it all out on a new page. So that's what I'm going to do here is click add page. Now we have this blank canvas where we can start adding things into. First, let's name this page. I'm just going to call it habit tracker. And I want to make it a little bit interesting. So I'm going to highlight this text and choose a different font. Let's say bangers. And I'm using keyboard shortcut Control Shift and the right angle bracket to make them larger. And maybe I want to include a little emoji. So I'm going to hit space and choose Windows and semicolon. That's going to open up our emoji window. And I like this flex. Let's make this happen. And for the main content, because we have to lay out the 31 days, probably easiest to do it in Excel. So I'm just going to select a cell, choose one, click on it, right mouse click, and drag the corner. Let it go and hit fill series. I overshot. I'm going to delete the last 2 columns. And then for the rows, we can list out what we want to do. So for example, drink water. Since I'm getting older, take blood pressure. These are things that I want to make it into habit. And again, as I mentioned, I have a learning goal. So let's say this month is graphic design. Okay. And we could resize the columns a little bit. Unfortunately, the formatting doesn't always carry over to OneNote, but let's get it to a place that we feel comfortable with. I'll just highlight this whole thing and click on all borders, hit copy, go back to OneNote and just paste. As I mentioned, sometimes the formatting gets a little wonky, but it's a quick fix. I'm going to make the window a little smaller by hitting the Control key and scrolling down on my mouse so that everything fits into this page. And if you want to make it a little more interesting, let's create some space for an image. We can add an image, insert, pictures, from file, and I prepared this image for goals and hit insert. You can of course just drag and drag an image into the OneNote canvas as well. Now I can click on it, bring it up a little bit. The image is too big. I'm going to resize it, make it a little smaller. And I want to set this as background so I don't accidentally move it around. So I will right mouse click, set picture as background. Now I won't be able to select it anymore. And I'll bring this container back up. And now we have a nice little habit tracker template. So I will go to the bottom here, choose save current page as a template. Do that. I will name it habit tracker. Since we already have one, I'll make this 2. And we do have the option to set this as a default template for new pages in the current section. That just means that, well, first I'm not going to select it and just hit save. But that would mean that in this section, in the examples, I don't know why I named this loop. I was probably doing something else earlier, but in this loop section, if I had set this template as the default, whenever I would add a new page, it would just add this template as the page. But since we don't have that selected, if I click on that page, it just brings up a blank page. But again, we know that this is saved under my templates category, so I can click on it, choose habit tracker 2, it'll fill it in. Then we can name this as, let's say, December. And then we can start to engage with it, like filling it in with a shade to say, yes, I drank water on December 2nd. I took my blood pressure on the 2nd. I didn't do it on the 3rd, but I did it on the 4th. So you can color it in. Or if you want to get really fancy, you could also bring up the emoji picker again by choosing Windows, semicolon, and using something like this checkbox. Okay, and then you can just copy this, Control C, and then you can paste it in whichever box you like. Now you have this nice little habit tracker that you can use. If you want to share a template you created with another OneNote user, let's say someone on your team, you can do this by, let's first make sure that we have a blank template added to the page. So I'm going to go back to my templates. Let's choose the same habit tracker 2. Now we have a version that hasn't been filled out yet. While this page is selected, I'm going to go to File, Export, and export current page and make sure that .1 file format is selected. I'm going to click on Export, and we could choose a location where we want to save this to. Let's call this, as you can see, I've done this a few times. I'm going to call this Habit Tracker 2. And it's interesting that it added the emojis in the file name. I'm going to delete that and hit save. And you'll notice that that section has been kind of added to our navigation pane here, but we can navigate to the file by going to our file explorer. Habit Tracker 2 shows up. Now we can email this or we can send it as a Teams message. When the recipient receives this file and they double click it, it'll just open it as a brand new notebook like you see here. And then they can just go navigate to the page. They can just drag it into any notebook sections that they want to. And they could also then click Save Current Page as a template and add it to their My Templates category. We can also save an entire notebook as a template. When managing a larger project, I like to organize my notebook sections using the PMI framework, that's Project Management Institute framework, ensuring I cover all 10 knowledge areas. I start by creating a new notebook with these 10 sections labeled, and if needed, add page templates under it. So as you can see here, I have 10 sections already created. I don't want to have to do this every time I start a new project, so I can save this entire notebook as a package. And the way you do that is by going to File, Export. This time I'm going to select Notebook and choose OneNote Package. So it's got the .1pkg extension. I'll export it and I'll just save this in the same folder. Click Save. And you'll see that I have this project management package. If I were to open this, it's giving me the option to unpack the notebook. Let's label this Project Management 2. Hit Create. And then you can see that it's loaded the notebook with all of the sections that we created. And similar to the page templates, you can share this with your colleagues as well, right? So again, this was a simple example, just preloading the 10 sections, but you could build in page templates within each section and make it really robust. And this way, you're just doing the work once, right? That's the whole point of using templates, is that you can reuse these assets to help you save time. Templates in OneNote are a powerful way to save time, stay organized, and ensure consistency across your work. Whether you're using a built-in template, creating custom ones, or saving entire notebooks for reuse, they can really streamline your workflow and elevate your productivity. I hope this video gave you clear ideas on how to leverage templates in OneNote. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below with your favorite ways to use templates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.